Go ahead. Go ahead.
Just throw it to someone?
Just throw it to somebody, yes.
Here.
No. No. Nice. Keep it moving. Yes. Very good. Very good. Excellent. Let the game go. Very good.
Whoa. That's the rock. I'm moving.
Stop.
We'll take another round. We'll take another round. But if it touches the floor, we'll stop. Okay? Are you ready? Everybody ready? Nobody's ready. Everybody's ready.
No, restart. Too much technology over there.
Yes, I know. Yes. 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 Don't hide, don't hide, don't hide.
Oh.
Gentle, gentle. Very good. That's good.
I'm moving.
One by one. It goes all around, and it may take years until it comes back to me. Maybe it go somewhere, but it's coming. For sure it's coming. Sure it's coming. So, if you leave this class, a better technologist, a better thinker, who can think, to start with, and think right, and think again, then I'm sure the world will be better, at least in our areas. Now, let's continue our journey here. We want to say a word of thank you for many people here that made this event possible. So I don't know why I'm holding this. Doesn't look good in the camera. So, I'll tell you a joke about that real one later on. But welcome to Lincoln Garden restaurant, family restaurant, where we are having our Thanksgiving Christmas dinner. It couldn't happen without having Faik and Gichi Vendelli inviting us. So please give them a hand. I told this story maybe 20 million times, so I'll say it again. If you heard it from me before, hear it again, please. Because it means more than the event. Here I am last year trying to do something for my students who said, especially the internationals, who said we spent Thanksgiving together in our homes. We didn't know anything about Thanksgiving and we took our language. So to make a long story short, I said I will invite you to come to a real American Thanksgiving because you came from the other half of the world literally to experience America. America is not politics, it's not economics, it's people and these kinds of things that we have and celebrate. So I go and try to find a place and how much would it cost and so forth. And my feet lead me to a place over there where I find Sherry sitting, and she tells me, go to Debbie, and then Debbie tells me, did you try Lincoln Garden? I said, no. So, I'm a guy who don't talk in the phone, but go. Just go and meet people. So I come here, and it was Sunday, and I want to meet with the owner, because he's a big boss. I come here and I find somebody who is taking dishes in a very busy place, and I tell him, I want to meet with the owner, please. He looked at me and I say, I'm the owner. He is the owner and taking the dishes and doing this. The guy, went like this in my mind. Here is a guy who is not the owner in Honolulu and sending people to work for him. He is working, and work is a wonderful honor. So, I tell him, I don't want to take you from work. Can we meet today? He said, okay, at 10 o'clock. So I come at 10 o'clock in the evening. And I sit on this table here behind this mirror, and I sit first with Gichi, his son, and tell him we want to feed 30, 40 students. How much would it cost? So he appears from inside, working at the tent, and I tell him, it took him a nanosecond to tell me, Dr. Wabi, they are on me. And I thought I didn't understand him quite well. I tell him, what do you say it in Arabic, please? He said, they are all on me. I tell him, we are 30, 40 students. He said, 30, 40, Dr. Wabi, 50, 60, 70. I told him, stop. He said, all in on me. And the rest is history. I told him, I go to my president, my chair at the time, and everybody, I tell him, you are inviting all of us? Come and dine. That's what he said. So, that's the story why we came last year, and that's the story why we came. I came last week and told him we want to share in the expenses or something. He said, no. I'm still the same man. Gichi, the same man, last year like now. So, that's why the email came to you, free dinner for everybody to come, and thank you very much. Would you please give him... And paper and ink don't go away. This is paper and ink, okay, colored and nice, but it has more than that. It is appreciation. And the School of Technology, Eastern Illinois University, I'm please asking our chair and our provost and Pinglo, our coordinator for the program, to come here, and we will give this to both of you. The School of Technology at Eastern Illinois University would like to extend our gratitude. Lincoln Garden Family Restaurant, Mr. Fayik is in Delhi, and I'll tell you what Fayik means later on. And Spilkin, he will tell you what his name means is in Delhi, for their gracious generosity and courteous hospitality in hosting the 2013 International Thanksgiving and Christmas Dinner. Now, after our officials will give this officially to our hosts, I'm going to ask you, everybody, to sign your name on it. So you just fill your name anywhere so that they have it from all of us. So please come in.
In the center. I'm always reminded of a statement. I don't think it belonged to Mark Twain. Every time I Google it, I keep coming up with a different name and I forget it. It said that a definition of a tourist, this applies to me, is someone who spends an extraordinary amount of time, money, and resources to go to some place in the world that's really different. And when he gets there, he complains about it being different. And that probably applies to me. I say that because I'm always extraordinarily impressed that you're willing to come and live in another culture and be educated in another culture and be so far away from what you're familiar with. A couple of days and I'm about ready to come home again. Dr. Wabi did ask me to offer a few reflections on American Thanksgiving and maybe American Christmas. Is that what you asked me?
Yes, exactly.
And I did find an article, an essay that was published in the New York Times on November 26th, which was Thanksgiving or the day before Thanksgiving this year, about the history of Thanksgiving. And everybody says, yes, it was the first settlers here that came as pilgrims, fleeing the environment in England where they didn't feel that they had religious freedom. And they came here, and of course they had a horrible first winter. Many of them died. They made it through the summer with the help of the Native Americans at the time. And at the end of the fall, they decided to have a feast with the Indians and celebrate it. Now, that's sort of true. And there were various feasts like that. But this essay talks about Thanksgiving as we know it in this country today grew out of a whole series of sort of local celebrations that several people advocated to President Lincoln to establish during the Civil War an opportunity for a sort of national celebration. Think of the symbolism of that at the time of the Civil War. And in 1863, Lincoln did establish the last Thursday in November as a day of national Thanksgiving. It was only for that 1 year, and they didn't do it the next year, and then he was asked again to do it the following year, and of course that was the year he was assassinated. But the tradition really stems from that time under the namesake of this restaurant, Lincoln Gardens. President Abraham Lincoln, it became the national celebration, and it was part at the time of trying to build the nation with a common spontaneous celebration. It clearly had a lot of religious overtones to it, but is probably more accepted today as a secular celebration. And I've always thought about it as really probably the essence of a family celebration in this country. It's the one time where many families sit down together in the course of the year and actually eat together as a family. And I remember doing that as a child myself. Whereas Christmas, I sort of flipped that. Christmas is clearly also religiously affiliated, but probably comes close to a secular holiday in some ways today as well. But it's really about the children. And I can recite, and I won't do it for you right now, virtually from memory, virtually the entire Samuel Clemens' "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" poem, written in the 1800s in England, which almost defines Christmas for this country and the Christian world. And until he wrote that poem, it really did not have the same symbolism. It's a celebration of all of the traditions and Christian traditions, but for us today, it's about our children. We also have celebrations where we sit down at that time, but it's really about the magic of receiving gifts and understanding what those mean. That's probably about all the history lesson I'm up for tonight. That's probably all that you want to hear. Those of you who are longtime residents may disagree with everything I said, and you can correct the student's impression. So Dr. Wabi, that's about all I was going to say, and I'm sure the food is very close to being ready. People are going to want to eat here shortly.
Thank you very much. But here is what we live with. So I thought about getting this gift from Egypt to our friends here, and it has the alphabet of the hieroglyphic alphabet with English, so they can write anything lovely. And I laughed when I looked at this, as you laughed, because I remembered a joke about a story about this poor girl sitting in Christmas time, no food, nothing, and she's writing A, B, C, D, E, and so forth. So a man came and looked at her sitting on the side of the road. "What are you doing, girl?" She said, "I'm sending a letter to God to bring us food." So the guy said A, B, C, D. He said, "That's A, B, C, D." She said, "In our class in the school, that's the only thing we knew now. We don't know how to make sentence or word." So what I thought, that God will take the A, B, C, D and make the word that He wants, He understands me. So here is the alphabet from hieroglyphic and English with love and appreciation to you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, our chair, Dr. Austin James.
Well, I'm not going to take up a lot of time with comments, and I certainly don't want to refute anything that our provost said, because that's my boss's boss.
Everybody else does, Austin. Go ahead.
But, I do want to say that tonight is really just we're celebrating Thanksgiving, but we're thankful for all of you that are here. EIU wouldn't exist without the students, okay? You're why we're here. And we certainly appreciate you coming out tonight. This dinner is an appreciation of you, and the community certainly has welcomed us here as well, and we appreciate that. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Care. And I just want to share with you that we got so much care from our students, our community members, for our provost and president, and for our deans and chairs. And then particularly for Dr. Wabi, without those cares, and then the program cannot grow. I'd like to share with you one fact that why is this case, because 13 years ago, in the graduate programs in college, we only had 3 international students. Right now we have more than 90 students, 90 good international students in the graduate program in technology alone. So this is not possible if we don't have care from our faculty, community, and administrators and everybody else in here. Particularly, I want to also thank you for the care for our international office. I want to thank you very much for your help. Because every one student come to the campus, it takes a lot of effort for you guys to transport them from different places, from Ohio to Charleston, to make it possible. And I want to thank everybody for your help to make this possible. Thank you again. Thank you.
All of the international students meet with the international office. So what are you telling them when they come to you? Please tell us something. And introduce your group.
About the wonderful faculty in technology, that's what we call it. We have the International Students and Scholars Office. We're very honored to have you here as international students, and honored to be here. It's very special that the community will come together like this to host international students. I've worked in other cities where this is a far more difficult event to put together. So thank you to Lincoln Garden so much. You have no idea how much it means to our students and to us and to School of Technology for your care and your willingness to do this, because this is not common. You're getting special treatment tonight. Okay? This is special. You know, you realize that. So thank you so much for coming, and enjoy.
Who is your
And I'm sorry,
office?
staff. Thank you.
You have staff with you?
Is there anyone else?
Not here.
Andrea Anderson is administrative assistant. She just started a week and a half ago. So
She is on board.
Andrea, we're very excited. And Amy was supposed to be here. I don't see Amy though. She's not here. So Andrea is very active with our Family Friends program. Placed about 50 students with families in our community to do smaller versions of what we're doing tonight. Sharing, eating together, experiencing community. And we were made for community. So again, welcome to Zandra. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much.
Yes, I came here 50 years ago.
50 years ago.
That's right. I came from a country that freedom was very limited. You couldn't express yourself. I really was under a dictator. And here, landing here November 10 in New York and traveling and seeing the level of freedom, expression, diversity was most exciting experience for me. I was never treated like a foreigner. I have been always recognized for my achievement. This is the country. Some people go, your accent, you're not gonna. No, that wasn't a factor. This is the best I remember. And I was quite fortunate that in that early years I met a wonderful lady, Carleen Bahadur now, my wife, for over 50 years. So it is what it is. So some of you taking back academic, but I think the most significant example you taking back is level of freedom to express. Freedom nurtures talent, personality, strength, because you always know you are yourself, so you have better be fit. So I think that's the best thing you could, if you go back, to take back to your country, this is the experience. And it is a pleasure and honor that I'm here and I'm meeting you.
That's it.
My
than it is, particularly in India, I think, right? I don't know. I don't know that I have that much to say about that, but I do want to say I'm so glad we have so many Indian and other international students in our program. And as someone who teaches, I have to say I learn as much from them in terms of the richness of the experience they bring and the perspective they bring, and the language. And one of my goals for spring is to try to learn a little. It's Telugu, right? And I had people in my classes fall try to teach me about a dozen words, but I won't embarrass myself trying to say them today. But I just want to say I'm thankful that all of you are students at Eastern, because you really do enrich our learning, and not just the learning of other students, but you enrich the learning of those of us who are faculty as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Well, it's nice to know, to see the faces of many of you. Sometimes I just teach internet courses, and it's a pleasure to be here. The only thing I want to say is that just be sure that as a student, I experience the same things you're experiencing here. I came here as a student. I have very few resources, and I understand exactly what you're going through. Sometimes we don't have the time to reflect on that, but believe me, when I am in the meetings with the International Committee, when I am in the meetings with anything that has to do with international students, I try to put the perspective of what is to be a student here, what is to be fighting against language, fighting against culture, fighting against the cold. And I understand pretty well what that is. I live myself that experience, and although we barely have time to talk about that, we are conscious that you have to do an extra effort academically, not just academically, but the whole effort parallel to that. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to get the academics and be dealing with everything new, and everything seems more complicated for international students. Sometimes we don't get that. Many professors don't get that. The university don't get that. But it's very difficult for us to adapt and to be successful. But we understand that, and there are many of us that we're thinking on that and thinking how to improve the conditions and the environment for international students. And I'm very pleased to be here. Just welcome.
Very good.
Celebrated for Utah. Another country to the west. About the same weather. Not quite as humid, but still cold. But you know, when the food's ready, you better eat it. So I think it's a very good thing. So
Do they speak English there?
We don't have an accent.
Well, thank you very much for being here. Mohammed, welcome.
Thank you.
And then
I'm from Taiwan.
Taiwan.
Yes.
And your name is? Your name?
Wendy.
Mindy.
Yes.
Very good. And who else? We have from America some people, right? Okay. Do we have Trinidad? You are Trinidad?
Yeah.
I don't. We have Pakistan also. You have something to say in Pakistani?
In Pakistan, even you understand that?
I not understand.
Yeah.
Well, I welcome you all here. My husband and I, we came to United States in 1986 when I got married to him. And he started his working on his PhD in 1984. We came to University of Akron, Ohio there. Well, it is very challenging when you come all the way, leaving your loved ones behind. It's very difficult, it's very challenging. But remember, you bring your strengths with you. You bring a lot of good traditions and your own good things to introduce yourself to the new culture. And my suggestion to you, my advice to you is that mingle in the mainstream, get to know the main people, get to know every other culture, and be a part. It is good to be a part of your own clique, own group, but also get to know others also, so that you can know other culture. Like Thanksgiving, now it is a family holiday, but now it has become more like a retail thing. So
Unfortunately.
yeah, it's Christmas. It's a beautiful holiday where we celebrate the birth of our Savior, and it's a beautiful time to celebrate with your families and with your friends. Even if your families are not here, we are your family. We are one big family of EIU. Okay, so remember, your family is here at EIU. Thank you.
Thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you for
Gary
having us.
Hembrick and his wife.
Karen.
Karen. Thank you for coming. Any words of wisdom about safety?
Oh, well, I can give you a whole 30 minutes of food safety, but I think you probably already have that under wraps for that. So I appreciate you all here, and enjoy it, the meal, and if you have questions, ask us. We would love to have questions sent our way about our holidays and traditions.
Anyway, thank you very much.
You know, just want to echo what she said a minute ago about Thanksgiving being, yeah, it's kind of made a retail holiday nowadays, but it's really about your family. And even if you're not with your parents or your brothers or sisters on a holiday, you know, all my family lives down in Atlanta, Georgia, and we were up here for Thanksgiving. You know, it was just us. And it was some of our friends that got together. It's about the people that are closest to you and building those relationships and having a good time with your friends and your family. That's your family as well. I know you're farther away from your families than I've ever been. I've never been overseas. I've never had that luxury. You're able to come over here and study with us, and spend time with us, and make us part of your family. And that's the true value of Thanksgiving and all the holidays, whether it's Christmas or anything else. It's about spending time with the people that you cherish, spending time with the people that you really enjoy being around. That's your family. And so thank you for letting us be a part of that tonight with you all. It's great to spend time with you all. And of course, you know, anytime you see us at a football game with the marching band or the basketball band, you know, give me some songs to play. I'll work on it. I don't care where it's from. I'll learn something to put it out there for you guys. But you know, thank you so much for choosing EIU and bringing your culture and your traditions to us and making our family even stronger.
Thank you very much.
Was one of the first graduates of the technology program. And he was one of those wonders that took 10 years to graduate. Sometimes that happens, but he did graduate. Hey, that's something. And so I have a scholarship. After he died, I set up a scholarship, and you're all allowed to apply. If you win it, you win it. And if you're here the second year, you can get it again. When I welcome to EIU, I think international students, I think from our point of view, widen our views too. Not only yours, but ours, because otherwise we get so focused on our own little world that we don't see what is happening around us sometimes. And so it really opens up for us as well. So welcome to EIU. If you have any questions about the holidays or Thanksgiving, I welcome Gary's question. Just ask us. We'll tell you what we do, what our favorite thing is, and get acquainted with families that have some dinners with them and talk with them, and you get an idea of how we celebrate.
Thank you very much. Dishonestly in a scientific way, because if Thanksgiving to God, that's history. We can't change history. If we change history, we are dishonest. So people came 200, 400 years ago and thanked God. I don't come today and say it's Thanksgiving, period. Because To be thankful, you have to have somebody to thank. You just can be thankful on your own. I'm just a thankful person. I have to be thankful to somebody for something he did for me. So if God gave me good things, I'm thankful to him. Nothing wrong about this, and all the internationals, including everybody, came knowing that. They came to a snowy land, the snow fall and icy, and they worship God. So why should we hide this from them? They love it as is. That's part of the honor. Same thing with Christmas. It is the birth of Christ. Oh, don't mention Christ. No, because you will hurt the Philippines. That's the birthday of Christ. I can't change that. I was born, it was this way. And everybody likes it this way. So when I say happy holidays, it's kind of a little bit scientific dishonest. So, it is the birth of Christ, before Christ, after Christ. Love him, hate him, this is something else. But that's the truth that all of us came to find. So, scientific answer. So let us be honest, say things as they are. Okay? Now, last thing from Donna Dawson. Thankful, Lord, that you have blessed me beyond measure. Thankful that in my heart lives life's greatest treasure. So please bless this food Lincoln Gardens has provided, and bless each and every person invited in it.